be profiling big investment bank. Goldman Sachs, GS is the symbol of that. So let's take a look at the chart and see what we can figure out here. So I can't say any, I can't give any good positive scores on this chart right now. It's ugly. And we do know that they have earnings coming out in about a week or so. And we think that the stock is probably bottomed out here for the time being. And you can see the channel that I've drawn in here that goes all the way back to June. On the bottom portion of the channel, the top portion of the channel starts off in July. And you can see a series of lower highs and lower lows, which is the definition of a downtrend. But we've bounced now off of the lower part of that support. And now what's interesting is we see the stock has started to make a move on the low that was made in August. So what will this do? This will probably, if it gets above this level here and then turns back down, it has the potential for making what's called an inverse head and shoulders. We have the head already made down here at the early part of October. The left shoulder would be over in August. And if we can create a right shoulder, again, I'm sort of anticipating what a bullish pattern could look like here down the road. It's going to take some weeks for us to see this pattern develop. But by the same token, we do have what's called a bearish head and shoulders, not the inverse of it. We see the left shoulder right here, the head right there, and then the right shoulder over here, and we've broken down, but we haven't broken down below the neckline yet. So we'll see if there's some upside here. Certainly JP Morgan coming out with earnings on Friday morning is going to be a market mover, and it's also going to move some of the rest of the banks along with Bank of America. But Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley report next week. And of course, you know, they came out with really decent earnings last time around, but of course the strong presence of sellers in bonds and the big push up in yield was a negative for some of these banks and financials. So let's take a look at the internals here. The indicators, we can see that the money flow is rather flat here. The bottom indicator has my interest. This is the TDI, which is the Traders Dynamic Indicator Index, and it's crossed over here, and if it can get another crossover above the middle line here, the darker line, it'll be on a buy signal. MACD is trying to turn up for a buy signal here as well. And if we can get above there, we can probably get a move probably to about 325 to 330 on Goldman Sachs here in the next couple of sessions. So 314 right now, and again we're looking for about that 330, 335 area before we can break free. And of course, getting above that that resistance line that I've drawn in there since July would be a huge positive. So that's Goldman Sachs, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you